This is Baubie, everyone. We are making Baubie's Mandel today.
Hello.
And right now she's just mixing the cinnamon and sugar, which you said, what are the proportions?
The proportions are 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to 4 tablespoons of sugar.
Right.
2 sticks of butter or margarine, or 1 stick of butter and 1 stick of margarine, whatever. Depends on whether you're making it parve or not.
Right.
If you're making it parve, then you can use 2 sticks of parve margarine.
Okay.
Okay, and 1 cup of sugar, which we're going to measure out right now, because I like to get everything together before we start putting it together. So, we're going to put that over here. And I'm going to soften this butter just a little bit.
What is the oven preheated to?
The oven is preheated to 350.
350.
Right. And it's going to bake for 35 minutes.
The first time.
Yes. And then when we take it out of the oven and we cut it, and we put it back in the oven
Right.
for 10 minutes. Okay, so
2 sticks of butter, a cup of sugar, 4 eggs.
4 eggs and 4 cups of flour.
4 cups of flour.
Okay. Measure 4 cups of flour.
So we'll measure the 4 cups of flour. I'll help you with that. Is that a cup of ground?
A cup of ground almonds.
Okay.
Because in Yiddish, the word for almonds is Mandel, which is why it's Mandel bread. Okay, so here's our cup of this. Here's our 4 cups of this. Okay.
And how much vanilla?
And what?
Vanilla. Teaspoon, I think.
2. No,
2?
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so
How much baking powder?
2 teaspoons of baking powder.
And you're putting it right into the flour.
Right. I need to clean one of these.
Butter, then sugar, and eggs. Add in the sugar. Adding the eggs one
You
at
have
a
to
time.
incorporate the eggs before you put the next one in.
It'll be for 4 eggs. So about a third of the flour,
Yeah.
and then some nuts, some of the almonds.
Add about half the nuts.
Half the nuts.
About. And I know it says to add the vanilla last, but I usually add the vanilla about now, just to add a little liquid to the
Yeah.
batter.
So now we're gonna do a little vanilla.
Okay.
A little more flour. Another third of the flour. Other half of the ground almonds. And the last of the flour. So here's our dough, and we're going to add chocolate chips now.
Yeah. Okay, the recipe calls for a package of chocolate chips, but it's really, we only want 6 ounces, which is a half a package.
Speak for yourself. Who said I want a half a package?
Well, you can eat the other half. Okay,
I say go for it.
go for it. No, I think that'll do it.
A little more.
And this is for Susan. Okay, so.
You want me to
wanna
mix
give us
that?
a-
You want me to
wanna
mix
give
that?
us-
The
Our
dough.
dough is all ready to go. And what we're gonna do with this is make loaves.
2 loaves, right?
Well, it'll be more than, it'll actually be 5 or 6 loaves.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot of dough there. Anyway.
We're going to shape loaves out of this.
I already,
Yeah, what's
Grease
on
the
you?
pans.
They're greased. Okay.
yeah,
Greased
So-
pans.
just. Okay, let's start with this one.
And you're just shaping it with your hands.
Yeah.
So the number of loaves doesn't matter, just so they're the same
Right.
thickness about.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be exact.
So. Looks like I'm only gonna get 3.
You want me to
Put
get that
enough
out?
flour in here?
Yes. Well, you can tell by how it feels.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, one more cup of flour wouldn't have made a whole extra
No.
loaf anyway.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to put this in the oven. And we need it in the oven actually for 35 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? But I'm using 2 shelves.
So you have to switch them around?
So I will wait 8 minutes and switch them. And then I'll wait another 8 minutes and switch them.
Okay.
And then,
So they are evenly,
right.
that they're baking evenly. So now we do a little cleanup. I'll do that. And we will wait for the magic of video to transport us 35 minutes into the future.
Okay.
Decide they're done. Is it a very, very light brown?
Well, they're brown and the bottoms look done.
Okay.
And we're gonna cut them now.
You cut them hot?
Cut them hot.
And then you have to lay them flat.
All right.
You have to be careful not to burn yourself if you're cutting them like that. And I can do the other one. I just want to get a couple
Okay.
images of the size that we're talking about here.
Okay, this is what,
Great. So after they're all cut,
yes. Then we're gonna turn them on their side,
turn them on their side.
like this.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna do this.
Sugar cinnamon. And then how long do you put them back in the oven for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. There we go.
Back in the
Back
oven. How long do you cool them for when
How
you're
long do I
done?
cool them for?
Yeah.
Just until they're cool enough to handle.
And cool until they're cool enough to go in my mouth.
Right.
Is there any history of Mandel bread? That it's
Yes, actually there is. During the First World War, I don't know any history before that, but I know that during the First World War, because Mandel bread doesn't spoil, I can't even tell you why, but it doesn't. You can keep it out in the open for months and months, and it doesn't spoil. So it was one of the things that the families gave to the men who were going off to war.
oh, okay.
And one of my uncles said he used to put Mandel bread in between his bootstraps.
To nosh on?
Yeah.
Nosh.
So-
Well, this is, we'll show you the final, but this is Baubie's Mandel bread. And it is delicious, and she always saves the ends for me. Because that's the,
Because nobody else wants the
and I
ends
think they're
except
the best.
Susie.
It's the best. All right. Thank you, Baubie.
Okay.